a legislature say that, you know, basically I'm introducing this bill
so
because it polls well in my community and it makes my numbers look better. And, you know, it looks better. No matter if it's going to solve anything, no matter if it's going to help anybody or anything like that. It just makes me look good.
It gives
and me back in office.
It keeps me in office.
And that's crazy.
Do you find that to be general in the Tennessee legislature, that individuals seem to be more concerned about themselves than about the welfare of the people? And
no, I would say that that's probably a very small percentage. I think that most legislators, most of my colleagues really care about the people that they represent. And again, you know, I encourage the constituents out there and the Tennesseans that just don't elect us and then never look in. You can come down. I invite everybody to come down, sit in on those meetings. I've seen Reverend Walker down there. Come down and walk down the Capitol. Sit in. You'd be surprised when we look out in that audience and we see constituents that care about issues, how that influences us.
And so this whole idea of community empowerment really is an idea that has to work if the community
I think everybody has to take some responsibility. And it doesn't require a degree. It doesn't require a formal education to be involved. We need everybody. We knocked on doors this past summer when we were happening in the Metro Council races, and there were people who said, I don't vote. And it would just almost break my heart.
How do you react to that? Because I know that, and some folks who do that also counsel others not to vote. I mean, what do you say to folks?
I mean, I tried to explain this particular time we were in the housing projects, and I tried to explain to them some of the laws that were pending at that time that would have a dramatic effect on their lives just because the right person wasn't sitting in that seat. And the only way to change that, the vote, that is the one thing that makes a difference. And it takes all of us working together. It takes the church, it takes the community leaders, and all of us to encourage everybody out there to get out and vote so we can get that 15% bumped up to at least 50%. We need at least 50% of the vote. It would be wonderful if 70% of them.
It would be great if you could have 70%. That would rule the roost in a real sense.
And I'll tell you a secret, and I probably will get blackballed for this. There are also a number of ministers that do not vote.
Yeah, see, that's the crazy stuff right there.
Yeah, well, that is the crazy thing.
And we really need for our ministers to step up and to be role models for their congregation.
Well, now, what would be the rationale for?
I think people just get busy in their lives. They don't realize the importance of it.
What about registration? Because now you have to register before you vote. And
that's right.
We're entering a very, very important election season here, and folks who are not, how long do they have now between now and the election to register to vote?
They can register up until October the 8th.
October the 8th.
And you know, of course, the election is coming up in November. It's November the 2nd or the 4th?
The 4th.
November the 4th.
And so they can register up to October the 8th. And so you would encourage this morning those individuals that might hear us or might be listening and et cetera to
and
out.
it's very simple form. It just asks your basic information, your name, your address. It does ask for your social security number. It asks if you're an American citizen, if you've ever been convicted of a felony. And it asks for your phone number, and you have to sign the statement.
And then you're registered to vote.
We turn that in to the Metro Election Commission if it's in Davidson County, or wherever the county, if it's in Rutherford County or Robertson County, is into their election commission, and it takes usually about 2 weeks to get your card. They send your card back. And I would tell people who are listening too, if you don't get your card back, call. You know, we have to use a little bit of, what's that? A little bit of motivation ourselves. Call and say, you know,
initiative is what we need to do.
I registered and I haven't received my card. Because they've gotten behind it, Metro Election Commission too. We've had to call and say, you know, my constituents don't have their cards. What's going on there?
It's crucial for those who might be listening this morning who are not registered to go and register tomorrow if they are going to vote.
I would say run.
Run and register tomorrow if they need to vote.
That's right, and then vote.
Vote, okay.
It's two parts, register and vote. Then vote.
And both are free in a real sense. To be in a free country, to be able to do that without any kind of penalty or whatever is a blessing itself.
And if you check her track record, you'll know that your vote does count. Because you can see that, you know, you put the right person in office and she's out there working.
She's doing what has to be done. And of course, course, let me thank the two of you for coming by and
Thank
giving
you.
us that
Thank you for the
excellent information.
invitation.
And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.